Hey, how's it going? This is David from ConmenRDW here, and welcome to another episode of the Binge Blast podcast, the podcast where I have on all my creative friends, all awesome people, and we just talk about things we've been watching and playing for the last couple days, weeks, or however long we've been binging, because the binge don't stop over here on the Binge Blast podcast. I'm here this week with another awesome creator that I've been talking to, hanging out with. We actually played Fortnite a couple days ago. Hey, it's Leelee.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, amazing to have you on. Thank you for being on. And again, like I said earlier before we started recording here, thanks for sharing your community with me. And like I said, I always love sharing and introducing my community to other creators like yourself. So great having you on today.
Yeah.
So real quick up here at the top of the show, I'm gonna give you some time to hashtag shameless plug yourself, tell people about you, and also maybe I'll learn a little bit of something too. So yeah, what's going on, Leelee?
I'm Leelee, also known as HeyItzLeeleeTV. A variety streamer over on Twitch, YouTube, and also Kick. I just started Kick.
Oh yeah, the kick is starting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. Yep. I play a lot of shooters. So yeah, we played Fortnite. I'm a little sweaty. I've also been dabbling in some cozy games over on YouTube. So I started playing some Dreamlight, Animal Crossing, and I am working on a podcast right now. Gonna talk about video games, the adaptions in movies and other media.
Oh, good
And
time to be doing that too. Great time.
yeah, yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's me. That's me.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Great to meet you. Great to hear about you. I think I found out about you through the Blurred Unite Twitch, like some people in that group. And I think I got
Yeah.
raided over to you one day, and I think you were playing Division 2. And you were having it was you and some other people, and guys were just like freaking out while you were doing like a really hard mission or something. I was like, I love the
Oh
energy.
yeah.
I love it. And also, I think you were talking about how the map, like you recognize some areas because like
Yeah.
you're like around DC or you've been there before. So,
Yeah, it's New York. New York was
oh, New York.
where we
Okay. Oh
were.
yeah, because you're
Yeah.
in the New York stuff in
Yep.
Division 2. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, real awesome. So you said like you're real sweaty in like Fortnite and stuff. Like, have you always been a big shooter player or?
Yeah. So I started playing a lot of horror games. So like
Mm-hmm.
Resident Evil and Left 4 Dead. So those were like the shooting games that I played. And then I met a couple cool people over on Twitch, and they all play Fortnite. I was like, I played Fortnite back in the day when it first came out, and I really didn't like it. I didn't understand the concept of it. You just drop, grab loot, and then I just died. So
Mm-hmm.
playing with them, I learned the ways of the Fortnite and have been playing ever since. So I'm pretty much am a sweat. And
Yeah,
I
and you
also have a
also
cat.
are. Oh, a cat.
Lord.
Cat. And you're also really big into Destiny also. So you also have experience in
Yes.
like the evergreen titles and stuff like that and the looter shooters.
Yeah.
So, hmm
Yep. It's a lot.
do you,
A lot of shooters that I play.
would you say you prefer like the battle royale pace or like more like raids and doing missions and stuff?
I prefer PvP.
Just straight up
Like if we
PvP arena.
categorize all of those into PvP, yeah, like Battle Royale, for Destiny is Crucible. I haven't dabbled into the PvP world yet in Division 2, but that's always been always wanted to just like jump in there.
Hmm
I don't think I have the gear for it yet.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Um
the Homefront game, which is gonna be PvPvE.
yes.
So that's gonna be real fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that. Like the
Yeah.
whole PvP environment. I don't know. I just maybe I am a sweat. I don't think I'm a sweat.
It's just
But
the
I do
ability
like
to
the
tell
action.
others is what brings you joy. Is what,
Yeah.
what brings me joy. Uh, but yeah, awesome, cool. And like I said, great having you on. Like you said, you do really good content over there. You got some things cooking over there too. Like you said, you're also doing like some relaxation games or some chill games like Dreamlight Valley, which you're going to be talking about here on the podcast today. And you also have your own podcast that you're going to be working on later on. So definitely, if you all want to keep track of what's going on over on Leelee's side of the internet, hit her up, follow her on Twitch, on YouTube. All links will be in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening on Spotify, where you can also find this podcast if you're not listening live on twitch.tv/ConmenRDW, where you can watch this podcast live as we record it, interact with us in the chat audience, and then also just see our beautiful faces because we incorporate video chat now on the podcast. So if you want to see what we look like when we're talking about things, when we're getting hyped up here on the podcast, for sure check us out on Twitch. And we also got some B-roll when we're talking about things too. If you want like a visual aid for what we're talking about as well. But that's also going to be VOD form on YouTube and audio form on Spotify and anywhere else this podcast gets slung onto the internet later on, where you guys will specifically listen to it a week later, because screw you for not listening when it's live on twitch.tv. You'll get it a week later and you'll like it. So that's how things are going over here. And also, like I said, you're listening on twitch.tv/ConmenRDW, where my name is David and I'm the host over here on ConmenRDW, where we do geeky nerdy stuff for geeky nerdy people involving video games, anime, pop culture, travel-based content for video games and conventions. Anime Central is happening in Chicago in like 2 weeks, so there's going to be some content getting flipped from that. It's going to be crazy fun. And then also I got some PAX content that went up not too long ago, so there's that. And a whole bunch of other things are happening over on YouTube for my content as well. So if you want to, that sounds like something you're interested in, for sure check over there. And I think that's good for the shameless plug section of the show. Let's move on to the binging and the blasting and what we've been watching and playing and all that type of stuff. So, Leelee, I'm going to let you actually go first. And I want you to tell me a little bit about how that Splatoon 3 Splatfest weekend went for you.
Oh. Yeah, so it was a sweaty hot mess. I think it was the most competitive, rage, fun, exciting Splatfest I've ever played in. The new map for Tricolor was by far my favorite, and I hope they continue to do theme-based maps like that in the future.
Yeah, it was like the Triforce shaped one, right?
Yeah, it was so cool. Like I enjoyed it mainly because like they kept putting me as a defender.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're a defender, you go into the diamond and you just have to like just keep them from getting to the diamond, like to the actual point. So I don't know, I just enjoy just like protecting that little point.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would say power. They were the sweatiest, and the fact that they won.
Yeah, we got the update. I think it went up a couple minutes ago. And yeah, Team Power did win the Splatfest, so Team Gan and Daddy won. And I think that the fact that we saw that last trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, and we got to like see what he looks like in person, find out that Matt Mercer is officially voicing him, and he's also hot in his PNG crispy render. Everyone's just like, I want to support that. And that's
yes.
We're gonna give him the pretty privilege buff and say that's why he won. People were being real sweaty on Team Power this weekend. So you were Team Courage though, right?
Sweaty. Yeah, Team Courage.
Yeah, I was Team Courage also when I got to play. So I didn't play too many games this weekend because I was
but you got to
at
play.
a wedding. But I got to play a little bit. But yeah, every time we went against Team Power, it
was a mess,
messing us up. Yeah.
Yeah, like like Team Wisdom. I like y'all more than I like Power, because Team Wisdom, like I had a mini squid party in between. They were a lot more they were less vicious.
It seems like they were more chill. They were having a good time.
Yeah, they were more friendly, just having a good old time. And then Power just came on, and man, I held my joysticks really hard.
What's the weapons that you usually use the most of when you're playing Splatoon 3?
The splatter scope.
Oh, you're a sniper?
The needle. No, it's the splatter, just the needle point gun. This is a splatter scope. Not the
it's not a charger. It's
no, it's the needle one. They literally looks like a needle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And that one like is like a burst shot?
Yeah, it's like an AR.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's my main weapon. If not that, I go for the NZAP. If not the NZAP, I go for a nice roller. Yeah. My favorite specials though is the tank. So I've been rocking the
crab
tank.
tank, yeah.
Oh yeah, I love the crab tank. I love it. Oh, I was messing the Inklings up with the crab tank. Oh yeah. Um, but yeah, it was fun, and I got to play with my community
Mm-hmm.
over on Twitch and on YouTube. So we kind of did. I did 2 streams for the Splatfest, and it was fun. It was fun playing with the community,
Yeah, I'm
and
just happy they made it so much easier for people to like group up and play together
yeah,
in comparison to like Splatoon 2. Splatoon 2, there was too many hoops people had to jump through. Now it's literally just join on someone and you're
yeah.
good to
Like I
go.
just made a party,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone just came in, and we had a good time. It was a lot of people in my community who were encouraged. So I had to like rotate the lobby,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a good time. I think I had like a five win streak at one point,
Oh, very
and
nice.
I had
Okay.
faith that we was gonna win. Yeah, I was
That's
like,
crazy. They literally did sweep though. Like no one else got
yeah,
any of the points. It was
everything,
all power.
all power. And I like you would think that because courage is Link, right? And you mainly play as Link. Like
Yeah.
I haven't played that many Zelda games, but I've watched people play,
Mm-hmm.
and I've always seen Link. So you would think Link would be like at least one of the 3 qualifications for winning, but no, 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 no. We
Yeah.
were last.
So
Yep.
so what's Splatoon 3? How much time other than the Splatfest have you been like putting into it recently? Do you mostly jump in just specifically for the Splatfest and then move on to other stuff, or have you been jumping
Oh
in every once in a while?
no, so I've been playing the story mode.
Did you finish it yet or no?
No, it is it
Right.
is tough.
Gotcha,
I'm
gotcha.
stuck on this level where you on this like zip, like this like a rail, and you
Mm-hmm.
have to shoot these things to make the other rail go. And
Is
if you
it
miss them,
is it like the secret last level, or is it like another level before that?
I'm in the second island.
Oh, okay. Gotcha,
So I
gotcha.
finished the first island, I'm in the second island, and it's just like you literally just go from rail to rail,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to shoot these boxes. And
Yeah, the
if you
rail stuff's
don't
always a
shoot the
pain.
boxes, it is such a pain. Like I have taken a break from the story mode because I can't figure out how to get the other rail, because this is a spot where there's like 10 boxes and you have to hit each and every one of them
Do you play with
before the rail
do you play
goes
with
away.
the tilt controls or do you use a stick?
I use motion.
Okay,
So I guess
because
tilt.
I
Yeah.
always use stick, but then every once in a while, like specifically on some parts with like the rails, I'm like, okay, I got to switch my controls to tilt controls so I can get like
Does it work?
that quick movement with my with the aiming, and that seems to help a little bit.
Hmm.
Well, also, what it depends on what weapon you're using too, because I usually try to like if they usually give you like an option for like a charger or like a roller or something in the story mode. They give you a couple options, and I'm just like I'm
Yeah.
not even trying to flex on nobody. I just want to get this done, so I just pick whatever the easiest weapon is to get those done for.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think for this level that I'm struggling on is bucket, the sniper, and a roller.
Oh, all
And I've
terrible, all
tried.
terrible options.
They're
Yeah.
they're horrible. But I've lasted longer with the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been trying a lot with the bucket. Honestly, I might switch to the sniper. Maybe like if my aim is is on there, I could get it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
One thing I liked
But
about
I
the story mode is that you don't have to do like necessarily every level to roll credits.
yeah,
So it's like I
you can
went
just like
through,
go around.
yeah, I got the amount of eggs that I needed to get to each different area, and then after I roll credits, and I was like, okay, let me go and clean up and like finish every level at
Yeah.
least once. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm that's where I'm going because I think there's like at least 3 or 4 levels I need to get through for the first one, but I kind
Mm-hmm.
of just was like, I'm gonna move. I opened up the I think it's a tunnel. Open up the tunnel
Yeah.
to go into the second island. So that's what I'm gonna do because that's how I got through Octo expansion.
Oh, Octo
Octo
expansion was
expansion
hard.
was
Octo
a
expansion was
was
so
a
hard.
hot mess.
Yeah, I was actually
That
raging with that.
yes, like I really, 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 really,
Almost
really
snapped my
was
Switch in
using
half a
Pearl's
couple times.
hacking.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like Pearl's hacking came in. Was I think it was Marina. Marina's hacking. Whoever was hacking was
Or you
coming
could like
into
do
handy.
skips.
Yes, I was
Mm-hmm.
skipping. I was so skipping. I ain't gonna lie, I was skipping. because I just could not get through it all.
Yeah, Splatoon
Um,
3's like story modes are really good, are really well
it's
made. Like I'm looking forward
yeah.
to like I haven't personally been playing Splatoon 3 a lot. Like right when it dropped, I was playing for at least 2 months straight. But other games came out and it's like Splatoon's a game where I don't have issues with jumping in and out every once in a while. As
Hmm.
like Splatfest happen, or I'm mostly waiting for the next expansion to drop, like the side order
Yeah,
stuff,
me
because I
too.
roll credits on the story mode and I also like get the secret ending. So I beat every level in the story mode at least once.
Oh my
Um,
god, I want to do it.
yeah, so I
I gotta
did
do
that,
it.
and
I
now I'm
know.
pretty much just waiting around for the side order stuff to drop or any other huge expansions for Splatoon 3.
Hmm.
Because we're not even a year in. It feels like we're so long in, but the game came out literally last year. So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Oh,
we still have
we
plenty of
have so
time.
much content.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much content for
Yeah.
Splatoon because the first. So I've been playing Splatoon since the first one. So the first Splatoon on the Wii U, we had that for like a good 4 or 5 years, and then we got Splatoon 2. And
Mm-hmm.
then we had Splatoon 2 for a good 5 years, and then we got Splatoon 3. So when you think about it, we're gonna have this game for like at least 4 or 5 years. So
Yeah.
there's so much content to come from this, and I think they're probably gonna add another expansion.
Yeah, we're gonna
I don't know
probably
what
get
it
at least
is,
two made. I think they said
but
we're getting
yeah,
4 expansions with 3, right? I think like 4 waves
yeah,
of expansion or DLC.
we're
Yeah,
gonna it's gonna be a
it's gonna be
lot of
big.
content. I'm excited for side order because like I want to know what happened with my girl, you know.
Or Marina, yeah,
Yeah, I want to know what
best
happened
girl.
to her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really good. Um, but yeah, Splatoon, Splatfest, like I said, they always happen on weekends when I'm like always busy. Like this weekend, like I said, I was at a wedding this weekend, so I wasn't able to play as much as I wanted to. Or I like sometimes forget that they happen. I hear people
Yeah.
talking about it one weekend and like, who's on your Splatfest team? Like, there's a Splatfest this weekend, so
Do you
I
have their
gotta pay more
Twitter?
attention. Oh yeah, I follow all the Twitters and stuff. It's just
Okay.
like I said, so many games, so little time, and I end up like things
There's
getting
so
lost in the
many
weeds.
games.
Mm-hmm. But
So
yeah,
many games.
well yeah, it's awesome. Better luck next time on the on the Splatfest. Hope well, at least you get your sea snails. At least you get your sea snails or whatever, so you can get your
Yeah.
scrubs in your gear. So there's at least that.
Yeah,
At least that.
at least that.
Mm-hmm.
Cuz like I've always been on so I did one team of what's her name? Shiver. I was on
Yeah,
Shiver's
yeah,
team for one of them. But the majority of the Splatfest that I did for this one, I've been on Fry's team.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time I'm on Big Man's team.
Also, Big
So
Man was courage.
yeah, Big Man was
Okay.
courage. And like I know there's a lot of people who pick based off of their favorite idol, which I did when it was Callie and Marie. When it was Callie and
I
Marie,
was always
I picked
picking
Callie.
Marina. Oh, Callie Marie.
Oh,
Oh, Callie. Yeah, I
Callie
was
Marie.
picking Callie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Callie.
picked Callie.
And then
Um,
Pearl and Marina, I was picking
it was
Marina.
yeah, for order versus chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
Those are the days.
for this one, I'm mostly like it's in terms of like my favorite idol of the three. I'm trying to pick Fry as much as possible.
Yeah.
But sometimes like I pick Big Man as my secondary. Big Man. So
Yeah, I like Big Man. Big Man's cool.
yeah, but all three of them are real cool, especially how they're incorporated into story mode too. But yeah,
I can't
Splatoon's
wait to
aesthetics
know
are
the
always good.
secret.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta finish so I can know the secret because like a lot of members of my community have finished and they're like, when are you gonna finish it?
Splatoon's
We want to
lore,
talk about it. And I'm just like, oh God.
yeah, it's because Splatoon's lore, like they're aesthetically, just straight off aesthetics alone, Splatoon is like my favorite Nintendo franchise. And I
Yes.
think also in terms of numbers and analytics, I think Splatoon broke into Nintendo's top 6 best franchises because it's featured in the Nintendo Tokyo store. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just like I love Splatoon so much, and the fact that what's it call it? We just keep getting so many awesome things out of this game, like the art, the culture. I'm like, if
The
you're
music
the music, all of the music in Splatoon bangs, and I'm
is
just
fire.
Splatoon is one of the games where I'm just like, there aren't black people in Splatoon, but you need to play Splatoon if you're black, just for the culture. Splatoon is a black game.
Yeah, like yeah,
Splatoon is a black game. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a black game because like
Mhm.
the way the beast be slapping, it's like
Mhm.
nah, y'all got a person of color back there. Ain't no
Yeah,
way.
definitely. But also like just
uh,
the lore too. Like you need to finish
I
the
love the
story
lore.
because the way
Yeah,
that the lore ties together in the story mode at the end of this game specifically, it literally explains everything. And it's very well done how they did that. But also it's like you cannot play the story at all and just play the multiplayer and not give like not care. Which a lot of people I know have done, but I'm like, bro, if you do this campaign, your mind is blown. It's so good.
yeah.
So,
Because
mhm.
I've done the campaign for the first one,
Mhm.
and that one was so fun. Like, it was first Splatoon game,
Yeah.
and like I think it was like the first game I've ever played that was like that. We could use like the actual like gamepad and like you're shooting, but it's like paint. It was so cool.
Mhm.
So it's like DJ DJ
Octavio,
Octavius,
yeah.
Yeah, the octopus
Mhm.
dude, it ended up in the cube. Spoiler, he ends up in the cube in a
Mhm.
little like snow globe thingy. And then in part two, he gets out, and you're like, how did he get out? Like, what happened? Who broke him out? And then like you play the story mode, you find out like what happened with him, and like you figure out why Marina is just looking so lonely in the
Yeah.
plaza. Cause I was like, why is she so lonely in the plaza? Where's the Zapfish? Because the Zapfish is gone.
Again, yeah.
So yeah, it's gone again. So then you go through another story mode and you figure out that, DJ Octavio kidnapped Callie. And also, okay, so do you know the purpose of the Splatfest is?
Yeah, they're
Since we're
basically
talking lore.
yeah, they're basically especially the ones at the end of each game's life cycle, it
Yeah.
just sets up what the next game's thing gonna be. So the
Yep.
only reason we
Yep.
have side order is because everyone chose chaos, but we didn't choose order.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, we're making the order thing. So we can see what
Yep.
that would have been. So it's like they're like playing 5D Galaxy Brain anime chess with
Exactly.
Splatoon story
Like,
mode. So I'm like, they're going crazy with it.
yeah, like
Mhm.
it's literally mind blowing,
Yeah.
like how they incorporate everything in this game for the lore.
Yeah.
Like even the music is based off of the lore, the songs that they play.
Mhm. I just need
Like
them
the
to put the music on
Splatfest is,
Spotify, to be honest. I just need them to.
yeah, like we need a whole album. Can not even Spotify. Can I get it on a record? Because I collect
Honestly,
vinyl.
though,
So can
yeah,
I get it on a record so
that'd
I
be
could just
amazing.
play it on my record player?
Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, you go through like this whole like story mode and you figure out like Callie has been brainwashed and you're like, oh no. So like I can only imagine what this one's gonna be about. And I can't wait to finish.
I
I
can
really
only
can't wait.
imagine the
Cause like,
trauma Marina's been through. I can only
oh my
imagine the
god,
trauma.
right? Like, hello?
Yeah,
She's been gone.
but it'll be
Yeah,
cool.
I love
I'm looking
I
forward
love
to it.
Splatoon a lot. Me too.
Yeah. So like we said in the Splatfest last weekend, Team Power won because people just like to side with the villains, just like
They
people like
do.
their favorite Disney villains. And speaking of that, you've been playing
Yeah.
a lot of Disney Dreamlight Valley recently, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
let's
just
let's talk
started.
let's talk Dreamlight Valley for a little bit because like I said, I've been playing that too, but it was very early when like immediately right when they dropped it. That's when I started playing it, and
Okay.
there wasn't too much going on, so I decided to jump back in later. But you're playing now in a really good spot. So how's that been going
Yeah,
for
like
you?
yeah, it's been great. I heard there's been a lot of advancements in the game, like cross progression and like new characters are coming in, more space. So, like these little things I'm hearing that like, when you first started, you didn't experience. Now you get to. So coming in fresh, it's fun. I like the storyline so far. The fact that like it seems like magic, like I'm magical, I'm a magical being,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm coming to save the I was about to say galaxy. I'm coming to save the kingdom, the Disney Dreamlight kingdom, from these like night spores or night thorns that
Mm-hmm.
they're called. So I've been cleaning up my island. Is it an island?
You're like space in the Disney
I,
magical realm or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been cleaning it up. I've met Mickey. I took a selfie with him in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Got my whole house decorated, by the way. My house is amazing. So I can't wait for them to add visitors. Like you can have friends come over. I can't wait for that to
Oh
happen.
yeah, there really isn't
So I
like
could
multiplayer in the game yet, right? Is there?
no.
Yeah.
No, like I really want people to
True,
see
true,
my
true.
house without
Mhm.
me streaming. I want y'all to, like we come over like how Animal Crossing, you could come over to these
Yeah.
islands and stuff. So I really can't wait for that to happen. But yeah, my house is looking good. I met Mickey. I met Goofy. I met Goofy. I've been helping him a lot with fishing and stuff. Got his
Getting his
shop
like shop up,
open.
yeah.
Yeah, got his shop up. I got the store up. Scrooge the Duck, got his store up. Um, I've been doing I think they're called wishes. I just been doing the little wishes, clean up the island and stuff. It's fun. I like it. I enjoy it. It's really relaxing, especially on the Switch. Because again, with the cross progression, I usually play on my Xbox,
Mhm.
but I got it on the Switch so I could just like play it while I'm like in my bed,
Yeah.
relaxing. And it's a really relaxing game. I love the music. Um,
Yeah, like the
I'm
music that
falling
plays when
in
you go in
love.
people's houses, like the
Yes, like
Disney
I love
motif
it.
music, yeah.
Yes, like I really want to go to Disney World. Like I really want to go back as an
Mhm.
adult.
Yeah.
Like playing this game makes me want to like save my coins and go there, like
Yeah,
to relive in person.
I was saying that this game is pretty much like catered to Disney adults. Like it hits those spots of like you're making so basically making an avatar that looks like you. That looks like
Oh
they're
yeah.
like a 20-something-year-old person, right? And then you're going into these worlds, you're interacting with these characters, and they're not looking like mascots like in the park, but they're literally just those characters. And it's
Mhm.
different from like those other Disney games where it's like you're in a virtual theme park of Disney World. No, it's like you're in this specific instance where like all these characters just happen to come together and you're building this space. And like you said, it feels like Animal Crossing, but it's just like Disney. And I think that's
Mhm.
one thing that really like drove me to check it out too, because like Animal Crossing New Horizons was such a big thing. And I was like, I've done everything I want to do in Animal Crossing, but having the idea of having Stitch and Vanellope and
I
like
haven't got those
Woody and
yet.
like all those characters coming to my town or like hanging out or whatever, like that seems really awesome. So I'm like also like waiting for certain characters to get in the game to where I'm like, okay, now I can play because I know I'll see these characters.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
I haven't gotten that far. I can't wait. I can't wait to see Wally. Wally's my favorite. I can't wait to see
Mhm.
him. I can't wait to see Stitch. I can't wait to see Minnie. I saw someone unlock Minnie live, and I'm just like, what? You have a Minnie out? Like I can't wait to see all of the amazing Disney characters. Now and it got me wondering like how far are they gonna go
Because there's a
with
lot of
the
doors in that
game?
castle. There's a lot of
Cause
doors.
like, cause because I have Disney Plus, and when
Uh
you think
huh.
about it, all of that counts as is Disney, right? So
Yeah,
like,
literally every IP that you can think of can be in this game.
are they gonna be in there? Because listen, like, and my husband gonna be in there? You know who my husband is?
Who's your husband? Oh, wait, let me guess. Let me guess. He's a hero or a villain?
I mean, it really depends on how you put it.
Okay, is he a human? Is he a human?
Oh yeah, he's human.
Okay.
He's human.
Let's see. Let's see. Is he 3D animated or 2D animated?
Uh, it really depends. I think 3D. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
3D.
he's like a Pixar character.
No, he's
Okay.
completely human.
Okay, he's completely human and he's 3D. Okay, I give up.
Anakin.
Oh, Disney. Okay, see, I forget how big the Disney umbrella is because I wasn't even thinking Star Wars Disney. I was just thinking Disney.
Eh,
Okay, got
I
you.
mean, listen, if I need
Yeah,
the
we could
help,
totally
can
get
you
Star Wars characters
imagine?
in Dreamlight Valley. Definitely.
Can you imagine? Like, it's gonna be so much, and I like how big is the island? Like, I've seen big islands. I've been watching people play who've
Oh yeah,
been
there's some
playing since
people that have
launch,
hours,
and
days, even.
they've got acres of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I can only imagine
100
how
acres, even.
many yes, like, how many characters from all these different franchises that are gonna be in there, and, like, I really hope they add, you can trade or you can, like, go to other people's islands and stuff. Cause like, that to me is going to be, because if you don't have a certain character, but you want them, you haven't unlocked them. Like, I'll go to your island if you had Anakin. I'll go to your island and hang out with you just to see Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
Help me mow the lawn.
We got some comments in chat here live with the watching along with the podcast like you could if you're watching on twitch.tv/ConmenRDW. We got seriously Britt in chat. Hey, what's up, Britt? How you doing?
Hey, Britt.
And
Good morning,
says,
Britt.
I love Dreamlight Valley. I have been making gold. I've been making a gold mine. I have 1.5 million in the bank. And I'm like, you're doing backflips into coins, DuckTales style, for real, for real. She said, yes, I am.
Wow.
And then King 2 Darks in chat says, Luke Skywalker versus Thanos is canon in Dreamlight Valley. Have Thanos in the diner eating dinner next to Cinderella in like the next 2 years, probably.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Like I said, when you got to that part where you can go inside of the castle and it shows all the doors that go to the different like areas. There's so many doors, so there's literally almost an infinite amount of possibilities for characters that could show up. So really looking forward to seeing what happens in there. Yeah. So like, what's been your favorite? Like, what's been keeping you playing into like how many hours do you think you have logged in at Dreamlight Valley so far?
Probably like 10.
About 10?
I haven't done that. Yeah, I'm a baby.
So did you do like the thing where you built the restaurant with Remy and stuff already, or?
No, I haven't built the restaurant yet.
Do you have Remy in your town at all?
No, I do
okay.
not.
Oh, yeah, you're still real early.
Yeah, I'm a baby. Yeah. I've been mostly cleaning and I've been promoting the shop.
Yeah. So, okay. I know where you're at. Yeah, you're still.
I'm in the baby.
I'm relatively early as well. Like as soon as I could go to different places, that's when I was like, oh, there's nothing in the game yet. This is like about a year ago. So the game is still very fresh. So they're still adding more stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, but I like it. And like I can't wait to build my house up, like to because when you first started playing Animal Crossing, you don't have anything. So I feel like I don't have anything. So like to build my house up and the houses are huge.
Yeah, like even up front when you first get them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dang.
Yeah, I was still on the first
room. You get all this stuff for free. Which is cool, like it's not. I like that it's not like a gotcha game where you have to like.
All you gotta do is just play, really.
Then you just gotta play, and you get like I've gotten so many furniture, clothing items, equipment just by playing the first couple of hours, and I am completely satisfied.
Yeah, and they've done actually a really good job of like the cosmetics that you get in the game too. Even though like it seems like there's just a randomized pool of some things that you'll end up finding. But the clothes I found just base are pretty nice. I'm like, bro, I'd buy this. I'd wear this.
Right? Like my whole outfit right now. Okay, so I'm describing my outfit. So I got the Scrooge top because I'm supporting the shops. I got the top promoting the shop. I got high-waisted black shorts. I got crew socks.
Okay, envision.
I got my Converses. I got a Mickey backpack. I got bangles on my wrists, cute little bangles. I got little earrings. Okay.
Yeah.
My hair is in Bantu knots. I got Bantu knots. Like
the hair, they did a good job with the hair. Yeah.
Listen, it took me like the beginning of like making my character. I spent the majority of the time looking at the hairstyles because I was like, I can wear all of these. Like there were like the different, and not a lot of games do that. Like not a lot of games diversify the hairstyles. Disney Dreamlight, the hairstyles
right out the gate, yeah, they had a good amount of them.
For women of color or people of color in general. Like I was like, I want that hairstyle, I want that hairstyle, I want that hairstyle. Like I literally had to go any, meeny, miny, mo. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the Bantu knots now, but I think I'm gonna just like switch it up because they all can work. Let our people have good hair. Exactly. Yes. I love the hairstyles. And yeah, so that's my whole outfit, and I have freckles. Okay, because I have freckles in real life. So I my character has freckles. Yeah, and I'm also wearing glasses. I got like 3 pairs of glasses just by playing. Like I didn't have to buy any of the glasses. I think I'm wearing like round lens
Mm-hmm.
glasses. Um and I have the Mickey ears.
Okay, nice. Gotta have the
Yes.
gotta have the Mickey ears. Gotta have the Mickey ears.
Yeah, got to, got
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
So that's my whole outfit, and yeah, I love it so much.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, and there's still plenty, like you said, you're real early in, so you got
yeah,
plenty of stuff to unlock, and they've been adding a lot of content. They got like Encanto in there, looks like they got my boy Stitch in there now. They got like there's like
yeah.
Simba, Scar, and Nala in there. They got Donald,
I can't wait to meet them.
got Wally, Maui, Moana, Rapunzel, whole bunch of characters. Anna, Elsa. Yeah, and they're still gradually adding more stuff too. So if I can't go to Disney World, I'm gonna just be at Disney World in my house. So
Yeah,
oh man,
yeah.
the game
I'm
is good.
definitely saving my money though.
Oh, definitely.
Same
Yeah, yeah,
deal.
yeah. I need to go. Yeah, I want to do the drinks around the world thing. I keep seeing it on TikTok. It seems like a fun
Oh
time. Yeah,
yeah,
go to Epcot and like have a drink at every major place in the world, and then just see how far I can
yeah.
get before I can't walk anymore.
Pass out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Let me see. So I'm gonna talk about what I've been playing here. Yeah, let me open it up with Division Two, since I know that you also can talk about this too, since you're a big Division Two player yourself here. What platform do you play Division Two on?
PlayStation.
Okay. It sucks because I'm like, I
Yeah.
know the game used to be crossplay, and it's like they turned it off. I'm like, turn it back on.
Yeah.
Like every
Like I
Ubisoft game
haven't
has multiplayer crossplay.
it does, and it's like I don't understand why Division just doesn't have it. I'm really
Mm-hmm.
hoping a new one has it because I I play mainly on PlayStation, but I have it on Steam
Yeah.
and I also have it on Xbox. But the thing is like most of my stuff, like all of my progress is on PlayStation. Like I'm in freaking New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
I
like post
finished
game.
DC. Yeah, I'm done with DC storyline. I'm over in I don't want to spoil it for you because I don't know how far you went, but I'm in New York City doing
Yeah.
a whole other campaign, and it's
Yeah. I was looking
action
at the
packed.
because I got back into it because not only was like Division Heartland coming out later this summer, which is going to definitely get me and like a lot of other friends back into Division, because like Division is like honestly one of my favorite Ubisoft franchises. Like the UI is really good. It's just a solid like cover shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like visually it looks really good. I just like walking around like the streets of like New York or DC, and it's just like their weather engine's so good. I just like walking around looting things, going from place to place, letting the overlaid UI just guide me through the streets and stuff. And then also like the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone is like a revolutionary thing in gaming that doesn't happen too often. And like I said, I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to Heartland because if it's just going to be a game that's just straight up Dark Zone all the time, that sounds fun. So I want to be ready for
Yeah.
that. So I'm like playing more Division 2 right now. I'm like level 15 out of 30. And
Okay. I'm
once
higher than you, by the
y-
way.
yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm playing with another friend who I got to download Division 2 on their Xbox with me, since there was like a sale since the Division Showcase happened, which was showcasing
Mm-hmm.
Heartland. There's like the mobile game that's coming out whenever that comes out, and also they have new content coming to Division 2, which like the depths or the whatever that new mode's gonna be. That's kind of roguelite. So there's that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and that's gonna be like anyone can just jump into that base game, and play that. So that seems really cool. Somebody to be doing a lot of that. Um, and yeah, I'm just like happy that Division Two is still getting supported, even though people don't really talk about it like that. It's like if you're
Yeah.
playing it, they're still supporting it very heavily. So that's why I've been playing a lot more Division Two recently. But like I said, I just really wish that the crossplay was turned on, because I'm like, I don't know why it's
Yeah.
off. I know it. I don't understand why specifically with this game it has to be turned off. Because Ubisoft,
I
literally every other Ubisoft game has crossplay and cross
It
progression,
does.
but this one specifically doesn't. So I don't know what's going on.
I think it could be because how big the game is. Cause
Yeah.
like I like when I load into my game and like for those who don't haven't played Division 2, like you load in and you have all these people in your game, but they're not in your game.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you leave the safe zone, you're by yourself or you're with your teammates.
Yeah. But then there's
But
like the
when
public
you
areas where you see everyone else.
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
like when you yeah, and like I see tons of people in the public zones or like the safe zones, and like you got people who just this is their only game they play.
Mm-hmm.
Like they play nothing other than Division 2.
Like I'm
And
unprestige level 15 and I see
it's
someone like level
yes.
1000 like gear score post game and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, like I've seen someone with I think the highest I've seen was 89,000.
My god.
Yeah, like 89,000 something. So this person has only played Division 2. They
Mm-hmm.
touch nothing else. So I think it could be the capacity of the servers, because when you imagine like this is just me and my server.
Yeah.
I know like your server is probably the same where you have all these massive amounts of people just in the game. And when you think about it, when you have all like your PC is probably even worse.
Yeah.
Because PC is probably the most popular way to play the game. When you put all those people in one lobby, it's gonna be a lot of
A lot of
lag.
crossover, yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think like they probably was testing it and this probably was a lot of lag. And I hope with the advancements in future games that they fix that. Because I want to play with y'all. I want to play with,
Yeah.
the Xboxes, the PC players, like because I don't want to start over. I have a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's the
have
part that sucks. Yeah, you're just like, "Oh, I
I
gotta
have everything.
make this new agent." It's like, "Nah, bro. I just want to keep where I'm doing."
I have
Um,
so much
but
stuff.
hopefully when Heartland drops, whenever that happens, we'll be able to just have a game that's cross-play, cross-progression. Everyone can just be on the same playing field with
Yeah.
that. So, I'm a Ubisoft creator, so I like also gonna be like just keeping tabs on what they do with like the division coming down the line since like this seems like it's gonna be a big year for them. I think you're a Ubisoft creator
Me
too, right,
yeah, me
Leelee?
too. Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
so
I am.
we're most likely gonna be like keeping tabs on any
Yep.
developments with that. So as the year goes on, so it might be a pretty big year for Ubisoft in terms of like division stuff. So that'll be real cool. Looking
Mhm.
forward to that. So
Yeah. Have you played, any of the events that they have? I like the events. I think the most recent one was, I think it was like Dark something. It was like with the baby head. You had to get the baby head. Did you get the baby
no,
head?
I haven't. I haven't become like a doll, like a doll baby head.
Yes, a baby.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, like the different events that they have where you could get they call them cosmetic events,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like how like Apex is like the cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
But the way Division does it, the way Division 2 does it is you just have to like play the game and you rack up points for caches and then you use the cash to open up the crates and then it's just like a random item in the crate.
Okay.
I love playing the events because there's different things to do in the map, like kind of like Easter egg hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so if you haven't played any of the events, definitely check those out and get you some like exclusive gear, like the
Yeah, I'm
baby
definitely
doll
gonna
head.
be keeping a lot more, like a little bit closer tabs on it since I'm like playing now, and it shouldn't take too much longer for me to get to level 30. And then I can start doing like some of that in-game grind and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens after that. Because I'm playing mostly through Ubisoft Plus, and I got the multi-access.
Okay.
So I got Ubisoft Plus, and I'm playing on my Xbox, and I'm also like
Mhm.
just playing other games like that. But specifically, like we said, Division 2 doesn't have cross progression. So like I'm playing like Far Cry 6 and everything, and I can also cross that with my
Mhm.
computer's data and things like that. But specifically, I'm playing Division on my Xbox, so that's why I have Ubisoft Plus for. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, um, I'm wondering honestly if like after Heartland's out for maybe a year or so, maybe they're gonna finally move over to Division 3 because I think they said Division Two's been out for like what five years now,
Division
which is
2,
crazy to
yeah,
think
Division 2
about.
has been out for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And it looks so
Division
good.
it still holds up. Like the weather engine in that game looks freaking crazy. Like I just stopped playing. I sometimes go AFK and I just have it on in the background on my second monitor, and I just see the weather like the weather patterns just go by.
Yeah.
And it gets foggy. It gets foggy, bro. It gets so
It
foggy.
gets hella
You gotta
foggy.
have someone to put the
The
pulse just so you can
rain.
see.
You can't see
Mm-hmm.
anybody, like, who's shooting at me, and it's
Yeah.
raining. Yes, like, it's like the reflections are so good. The
Mm-hmm.
landmarks. So, like, you said you were in New York City, right? Or are you still in
I'm still
DC?
in DC. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm in New York City right now, and
Yeah.
like I'm a New York City resident, and I when I first loaded the game in New York City, I was screaming because I was like, this looks the same.
Oh
This
yeah.
looks correct.
The map.
This looks exact.
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever put the map together really knows their stuff.
Yeah. Like even before like Spider-Man PS4, Division was like the most accurate, like map accurate version of Manhattan. Like down to
Yeah.
the streets, to the alleyways or whatever. So like, yeah,
Yeah.
they were like, if you play Division long enough, then go to New York. You'll just know. You'll just know how to get around,
Yeah.
even
I
down
was
to the
like, I
subway
know this
tunnels. So I
block.
was like, that's crazy.
Yes, I was like, I know it is by like the landmarks are not really the landmarks, but like the coffee shops, like the
Mm-hmm.
different stores that are like on a block, they're named differently. But it's
The
funny,
the
like they
layout's
like
the same.
if the layout's the same,
Mm-hmm.
but like instead of saying Dunkin' Donuts, it will say like Donut Club.
Yeah.
So like they keep it the same, but they name it different, because like, they don't
Yeah.
want to pay
Work
for
around the
that
copyrights and
IP,
all
which
that
I
type of stuff. Yeah.
yeah, but it's still a donut shop. And I'm just like, yo, like I know which block this is. Like I literally found where I worked.
No, that's crazy.
I was like, before COVID, I worked there. That was my building.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was so like accurate to the T. And it's like I started talking about like what it would be like to have like a zombie apocalypse in New York City.
Yo, so
And
because
it looks
specifically of
exactly like it
Division,
is.
like me and my friends specifically talk about like apocalypse situations like the
Yes.
Division because it's like Division is also a very like eerily like it when the pandemic happened every like Chicago became the dark zone for a bit because it's like you couldn't go into the lake raise the bridges in the city, people couldn't get into the loop. If you were there you were almost stuck there, and it's like we were constantly referring to Chicago as the dark zone because it was just a
Mhm.
PvP arena at that point. We were just like, bro, this is it's crazy. So yeah. Yeah, Division's a
Yeah,
really good
like
like post-apocalyptic example. And it's like even in canon, like after they showed the showcase, they showed how in canon the story is. This whole game has not been taking place more than a year after the initial events of the first game.
yeah,
Yeah.
and, like, it's so like, the storyline of this game involving, like, this biochemical, like, leak or something,
Mhm.
this super bug.
Spreading it through the money.
It's so yes, it's so, like, relatable, and, like, it's like, what could have happened,
It's almost too
And it's
good
like
of a, like it's
it's
almost too
literally
good
too
where you're
good,
like, yo, we need to write
too
that
good.
down just in case because someone might actually.
It's like, who thought this?
Yeah, right.
And, like, when I first started playing, I was like, "Why is everything Christmas?" And it
Mhm.
literally takes after, like,
It
Christmas,
happened
like,
during Black Friday. Yeah.
during Black Friday, like, you see the stores and stuff, and it's like it's no other game that I've played have done like, such a detailed storyline like this.
Mhm.
And I think that's why people gravitate towards playing it. So like I can play that. I can play Division 2 for hours. Like you said, like just looting, looking at people, shooting the people,
Yeah,
looking at
I
monuments.
just turn my
Like,
brain off, turn on like my Spotify, and then I just imagine my
yes,
character
'cause
just being me, but I'm like listening to K-pop while I'm walking down the street, clearing like
yeah,
a
like
stronghold of
just
bad guys.
walking around doing
Yeah.
nothing. It's like, are
Mhm.
you playing the game? Yes, I'm playing the game, but I'm looking around. Like
Mhm.
I just yeah, it's an amazing
And they
game, and
did a
like
really
the
good job with
wildlife
like
too.
interiors too.
Yes, like, so there was this, so since I'm in New York, the one of the safe zones is the Trinity Church.
Mhm.
It's a very famous church in New York where they have, like I think the Pope was there. They have all these, like, really big events there,
Yeah.
and they ended up turning it into a safe house, and when I went in, I was like, "Oh, snap, this is where I went for Ash Wednesday."
Oh,
to get the
wow.
ash on my head. Like it literally looked exactly the same, but it was like, beat up.
Mm-hmm.
But they got it to the T, like to the pew. Like everything was
Wow.
exactly the same. It was crazy.
Now Ubisoft making
Like,
a contingency plan in a video game form. That's crazy.
yeah, like right? Yeah. Like so detailed. Really, really excited for the future of this game.
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, shout out to Ubisoft for allowing me and Leelee to be Ubisoft partners on such a important year for Division 2. Hit us up for
Yeah.
closed beta access for Homefront, please. Thank you. Okay. But let's see. But yeah, Division 2's been real good. Like I said, gonna keep playing that. I might get lost in the shuffle a bit once Tears of the Kingdom comes out, but I do want to keep it as my consistent like game I keep popping into. Since it does technically end, even if I roll credits on it, I still at least want to like see the end of the game because I never got to the end. I think I got to the end of Division 1 because I was still in high
Yeah.
school or like right out of high school at the time, so I had nothing but time. But now I'm like an older adult and I'm like I get lost in stuff. So I want to at least finish this and like at least I know what happens in the canon for this, and then get to the New York stuff too because the New York stuff seems like that's really cool.
Oh yeah,
They
wait to see
basically
this.
new game plus you back to the first game, basically, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
the like not to spoil anything,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's rough. It's rough out there in New York.
Okay,
It's a lot.
and
A
it's
lot
like
going
the
on.
whole map.
Oh yeah.
It's the whole
Like
Manhattan map again.
the whole Manhattan map.
That's
Yes.
crazy. Okay, cool, cool,
To
cool.
the T.
That's awesome. All right. And let's see. And then real quick here, I'm gonna talk about an anime that I've been watching because I've also been trying to get through a lot more anime in the recent weeks, recent months. I've gotten through I think 11 animes this year so far. And I just started watching anime again maybe like 2 months ago. So I've been zooming through them, and I've been watching them dubbed. Watching anime dubbed helps so much. Like don't let people act like there's sub supremacy. Like no, we gotta watch dubs, bro. Remember where you came from. When you were a kid, you weren't watching subs. You were watching dubs on Cartoon Network and Toonami. So watch the dubs. So I've been watching this anime recently called The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, and it's basically an anime about this second in command demon lord from the demon realm, and basically she's chilling, minding her own business, reigning over her subjects and being a badass in the demon realm, being powerful. And then a magical girl bursts into her castle, and then runs past her throne, doesn't try to kill her, but instead goes towards like her giant red mana crystal that's like in her throne room and shatters that, thus basically isekaiing her and everyone in her staff back to Earth and specifically to Japan as they often do. So now she like has no magical power and she has like one little magical shard that's like around her neck that gives her just enough magical power to change back to her original like adult form. But then it's like when the power drains, she becomes like this childlike form, but it's still her mentally. And she's pretty much like reduced from demon lord being like royalty, reigning over like people having like her own like servants and subjects and stuff. But now she's like an employee at a local bar, and she has like no money and she's struggling. So yeah, so basically, yeah, chat's like it's basically Devil as a part timer, but only Jahi struggles a lot more than like Lord Satan did. Are you big into anime, Leelee?
I'm getting I'm getting into anime.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more a manga,
More manga? Okay.
more
So you got the
manga
foot in the
fan.
door. You like
Yeah,
reading more
my
than
foot in the door.
watching. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to read it more than like watch it, but I am currently watching Sky Family, Jujutsu
Spy Family's real
Kaisen.
good. Jujutsu Kaisen's real good,
It's
yeah.
so cute.
Mm-hmm.
My Hero Academia because Fortnite.
Yes. Because
And
Fortnite.
I yes, I was like, I have to, because like my sister is really into anime,
Mm-hmm.
and My Hero Academia is her favorite anime. So um she was like, you have to watch it. Don't just buy the skins, you have to watch it. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna watch
You're just
it.
getting fucked up by
And
that smash. You're like, oh, those things busted.
I
Where's the
was,
source
yeah,
material, bro?
yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, yep. So I'm currently on those three. And I have the manga for Sky Family, so I'm kind of like reading it and
Mm-hmm.
watching it at the same time. That's kind of like how I like to do things, but I am a sub fan,
Yeah.
sadly.
Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. Yeah.
Because like I watch when I watch dub
Mm-hmm.
as a kid. As a kid, I grew up watching like Inuyasha is my favorite anime of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up watching Inuyasha on Cartoon Network at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Y'all know how it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I also would watch Full Metal Alchemist back in those days,
Good. Good.
and like the movement of the mouths with the dubbed kind of like threw me off. Like I've always been
Yeah.
just like looking at the mouth and just kind of like focus on that. So like I watch with subtitles so that I could like follow the story more. But if I'm like tired and I'm kind of just like I'm just gonna put it on, I go dub. So I
Mm-hmm.
kind of gravitate towards both depending on the mood.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm currently doing. You know, those three right now, rotating.
Okay. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, yeah. I like that people are getting back like well getting more into anime. Like anime's been getting more and more in popularity. It's like super mainstream nowadays compared to like when I was in high school, right? When it was specifically only on like Toonami and things like that. But like we have like full on conventions of it and it's like always in the public eye and things like that now. Like you can go
Hmm.
inside of a Zoomies and you just see like anime next to
Oh
like Cookie
yeah.
Brand and stuff like that. So um but yeah, real cool. And yeah, but yeah, the Jahi anime I'm watching here, it was an anime where I've seen the illustrations of like the main characters before, like Jahi. She's like dark skin, like slender body, has like cat ears, like golden eyes, like well cat ear hair and golden eyes. So she's a hot character. And like when the manga was being made, I was seeing a lot of pictures of her circulating, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but it looks hot. And I don't know the context, and I just like let it go by, and then they were like, "Oh, it's getting animated," and I'm like, "Uh oh, it's getting animated." So I didn't watch it when it first dropped, but now it's like completely done, and now I'm like, okay, let me like check this out since I'm going through things, and it's actually a lot more innocent and wholesome than I initially thought it was. It's just the material that was coming out of the character design that was like throwing me off a little bit. So, but yeah, it's like if you ever seen there's this anime called The Devil is a Part Timer, where basically um, Satan, who is like the lord of demons and stuff, reigning in the demon realm, has having a war with humans, and then he ends up getting teleported along with some other people to Japan, as they often do. And he basically starts at ground zero as a human with like his second in command. And then he, in needing money, starts working at McDonald's. And
Oh no.
literally, like their anime version of McDonald's is called McDonald's, and
Oh
he's
god.
basically doing that to make extra money. And then he's like the whole thing is just like hilarity ensues while he's also like being a manager at McDonald's, so it's really good. So in contrast to Devil is a Part-Timer, Jahi is more so struggling than he is because she's like just by herself. She doesn't have anyone else living with her. She like lives in like a shitty apartment where the landlord like basically gave her just a studio apartment, no bathroom, like a New York style apartment. She's just living in squalor. She's like living
Oh
like
no.
a New York studio, no bathroom. She didn't even know there was a bathhouse near her apartment until like recently in the show that I've been watching. Um, and then she's just like living paycheck to paycheck. She has to pay rent, and then she's like still also trying to find all of her mana crystals so that she can get more power to open a portal to go back to the Dark Realm. Um, and then it's like her subordinate that she was reigning over in the Dark Realm. She finds her later in the show, and it turns out that she has like a luxury style apartment on like the 15th floor. So she has a nice apartment with like 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, like jacuzzi in the bathroom and stuff like that. And like from the window of her subordinate's apartment, she can see her shitty apartment. So she's just like, wow, this sucks. So it's like the terms of table since she's now in like the human world and stuff like that. So it's really
Wow.
interesting. And also the fact that she can flip between like her adult form and her kid form. She ends up like growing relationships with different humans and stuff like that, in different ways. Like she started like hanging out with some kids recently since like they caught her they caught her at the park looking for a monocrystal when she was in her kid form. So then like some kids just started fucking with her when she was in kid form. So now she's like hanging out with them. So it's a really interesting anime. It's like 20 episodes. So I didn't expect this to be a 20 episoder, but it is. So I've just been like watching this passively to pass the time recently, and then once that's done, I'll move on to something else. But um, yeah, I'm getting a lot of use out of Crunchyroll recently, so that's really cool. And also, like I said, I like to go to conventions and things. I like to interview voice actors, so watching a lot more dubs has helped with that too, because it's like talking to these voice actors. I got to know what people are doing, what work people have been doing. So I've been trying to keep on top of like the latest animes and the latest voice roles that are happening too. So yeah. Definitely, if you need
Dope.
any anime recommendations, hit me up. Like I have some really good ones.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Because like this one, I want to check out. This one looks really cool.
Yeah,
I have
it's
no
pretty
idea
interesting.
this existed. So
Mhm.
this looks really cool.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah, I gotta check this one out. It looks amazing. I like it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's super goofy, like a comedic slice of life anime. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, me
Mhm.
too.
Yeah. And also, since you're playing Fortnite and you see the Attack on Titan stuff, you gotta watch Attack on Titan. That's a good one.
Yes.
Would
So
recommend.
yeah, I I I I watched it. I When did I get to? I definitely have to rewatch it again, but I watched it for a bit before the show, before Fortnite had the items in the shop, before they
Mhm.
did the whole like
So you've seen like a
thing.
little bit
So
of it before, yeah.
yeah, so like I
Okay.
know, and I've seen like clips and stuff. So like I know the lore. Um, but again, manga fan. So I
Yeah.
have the manga and I've read the manga. So it's like I'm kinda, and I'm in there. I'm in there, y'all. I'm in there as an anime fan. Okay. I'm getting in there.
Dipping your toes in,
Um,
getting a little
dip my
acclimated.
toes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of Fortnite, anyway, let's dive into a little bit of that, but also mostly because I've been playing it again because of the Star Wars event that recently started here, and I know you also had a good time
Yeah.
with that. That's actually how we started hanging out and talking to each other in the first place. So we were playing
Yep.
Fortnite because the new Star Wars event happened, and that was really cool. They literally have every single Star Wars skin they've ever had in Fortnite ever in the game right now, and they have these
Yep.
cool new like force abilities that are in there now. They already had lightsabers, but now they have it where you can like learn force abilities, which give you like the pull, the push, and the throw. And you can
Yep.
double
Yep.
jump with the lightsabers now. You can run faster with the lightsabers now than how you ever could before. And yeah, it's just really. And they got the stormtrooper checkpoints all over the map again. So, as a Star Wars fan yourself, Leelee, how does this make you feel?
It's the best season ever.
And it's like a
It is
mid-season
so
event. It's a
cool.
mid-season event too.
It
So yeah,
really
it's really good.
is. Yes. And like so I played during the Vader season. So I got to experience Vader being on the map, and boy, was he hard as a
He
boss
was a
to fight.
force, pun
Oh
intended.
yeah, like he would grab you and just like mess you up. So I enjoy this one a lot more than the other. I think I did like, because I've been playing Fortnite for about 2 or 3 years,
Hmm.
and each year around May the 4th, that's Star Wars Day. They do a Star Wars event, or a Star
Hmm.
Wars item is on the map. Mostly the lightsabers, or like this special gun. Um, so like this one is my favorite of all of them that I've experienced,
And they also have
because
yeah.
yeah, because the new gun, the new force abilities, like we never had force abilities. This is like completely new.
Hmm.
Um and I've been messing people up with them. So
The push and the
I've
throw
had
are lethal, actually.
the push and the throw. Okay. Like I've been throwing people into storms,
Hmm.
um, pulling them and then pumping them in the face. I am not a sweat, by the way. I don't know where those rumors came from,
You s-
but I do I do enjoy
plays clip from earlier in
Star
podcast.
Wars.
I'm a sweat. It's
No,
like
no. I do enjoy this new update, and I like as a Star Wars fan to be able to play, like I said, be able to play as my husband.
Anakin,
For
yeah.
those Anakin fans, okay, like he looked fine, all right. And to be able to get his lightsaber and to use his force ability, I am having fun, okay. I like the I've seen the father and son duos, I've seen the father son grand uh father duo, like the whole Skywalker family is on the map
Mm-hmm.
basically. And it's amazing to see because like the lore of Star Wars, as a huge Star Wars fan, like it's a space opera that spans 8 episodes, literally 8 movies,
8 movies, like 20 years. Like,
20 years of
mm-hmm.
content, just like to have the ability to play these characters and to, you know, step in their shoes, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, is so cool. And it's like I have all the skins now. So I got my son, I got my grandson, you know, Kylo Ren is the grandson, Luke is the son, if y'all didn't know, Anakin is the daddy. And then you got Padme, who is the mama, and then you got Leia, who is the daughter. It's a lot. Like if you haven't watched Star Wars, you haven't watched any of the movies, I advise that y'all do so because it will change your life.
Yeah, I need to get. I want to get into Star Wars. Like I have Disney Plus, so I have the opportunity to get into Star Wars
Yes.
whenever I want to. But I've always been aware of Star Wars. Like when Episode 7 came out, Force
Oh yeah.
Awakens, I decided I was like, oh, everyone's doing the whole thing like, oh yeah, watch episode 1 through 6 and then get ready for 7, or do like the so there's like there's the release order of 1 through 7, or you can do the canonic order, which is like prequels. Then
Yeah.
so it's four,
So
five, six, 1, 2, 3, seven,
yeah, there
eight,
you go.
nine. Yes.
Yep.
So
4, 5, 6.
I've
Yep, yep.
tried the 4, 5, 6 order, and I was like, I feel like I should just do 1, 2, 3 and just say whatever.
Yeah.
Just
I recommend the 1, 2, 3 because like if okay, so the graphics are different, right? So if you ignore the graphics,
yeah, because
right,
it's
you
like if you
can
start
get
at
through.
4, then like you notice the budget and the visuals change because time has
Yeah.
passed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you working with 70, 80s technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you watch it for 4, 5, 6, you're working with the eight, you know, late 70s, early 80s technology. So you get that. But then, you know, when you move on to the prequel series, is you know, they got actual like um what's it where they use the green screen, they got green screen, they got
Mm-hmm.
all this tech, it's a lot
Visual
more
effects look a lot
fighting.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, everything looks better, like even CPO, R2D2, they all look amazing, like everybody look good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the prequel series, if you ignore the graphics, you can have a great time just watching them from 1 to 8. And like if you know, once you get through 1 to 8, then try how they were released. And then because that's how I did it. And like you get to find little Easter eggs, little like hints, little like things that the producers have hidden into the actual storyline.
Mm-hmm.
It's really freaky stuff. And
Yeah.
it's so fun. It's so fun to like find those little, because you've already watched it, so you're watching it again, but you're watching it in the order as it was intended
Mm-hmm.
by the directors.
Yeah.
So that's how I recommend everyone who's like new to Star Wars is to like watch it that way.
And also, there's like
Yeah.
all the because also even with Star Wars, like even if it's just the movie, like I can't complain about Star Wars being long because I am caught up on the MCU from the beginning,
Hmm.
so I can't say shit to nobody. So because I've watched hours, months, years of content, so it's like watching Star Wars is literally nothing. Um,
No.
but it's like the fact that there's the movies and then there's like what the Clone Wars series and then there's like the
Yes, the
other
ones in
there's like the
between
animated
the
2D one and then there's the
standalone.
3D one with like
Hmm.
Ahsoka or whatever her name is.
Osaka. Yeah,
Yeah,
Osaka.
there's whatever that series
Volcano.
that she's in. And then there's like some other little things in between that. And then there's like the individual movies they've started doing recently too. So there's like
Yeah.
but I mean like Disney Plus has everything organized. They're like here's what you need to
Yeah.
know if you want to get through things in a canonical order or if you just want to watch the movies and then watch the series it's fine. But it's like I've heard if you're able to get through it and follow along what's going on, it's one of the best storylines. It's like
It
there's a reason
is.
it's still going. There's a reason it's still kicking, even today. So,
Yeah, and it's
like
so deep.
I love my lightsabers, I love my blasters, I love my stormtroopers. But
Yeah.
I would like to know more context behind why these characters are so amazing. But I also am fearful because if I get into it, then that's just a whole new fandom I'm in, and I'm just gonna start buying shit. So that's just a whole different can of worms.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a man, it's almost Greek mythology when you
Mhm.
think about it. Like once you dive into Star Wars, it's almost like a Greek tragedy
Mhm.
because it's so deep, and it's like um one thing I would say is when you get to know um my baby daddy Anakin,
Mhm.
and you get to know his arc, like when you watch the prequels, how like baby Anakin and how he like grew up and became, spoiler alert, if you didn't know who he is, he's Darth Vader. So when he gets from Anakin to
Spoilers,
Darth
man.
Vader,
Dang.
this is what they say. What they say, you know who he is. You gonna know who he
Mhm.
is. You know who he is. But you don't know why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's so deep. The storyline and like all these characters, like I don't know, like I did shed a tear a couple of times watching Star Wars.
Yeah.
I did, yeah.
I
It's
can
one
see
of
it.
those like it gets you.
Mhm.
And then when you watch the movies in between, like the Rogue One, the Han Solo, I think it's called Solo movie,
Yeah.
we get to learn about him. The TV shows like I'm watching Andor. Um and I'm rewatching Mandalorian. Like when you start watching, like getting into like the actual TV lore,
Mhm.
and putting those into the chronological order of how everything is, it will blow your mind. It really will.
Yeah. It's really crazy how they're even still able to like keep connecting those dots even after the story's been told so many years later too.
Yep,
Like how
it's
many things weren't
amazing.
like touched on and we're like, yeah, we can just tell these stories and like build on the background of these
Yep,
characters. Yeah.
like all the people that like were involved in all the the big events, and I
Mhm.
don't want to spoil anything else, but the big events that happened in the chronological series,
Yeah.
or however you want to watch it, to be able to see the people in between those and like get to know them, like that's even deep as well. And also like Osaka's story, like when she comes around, I can't wait for her to come.
Mhm.
And she comes from Clone Wars, and she has a deep connection with the Skywalker family. And I'm not gonna say why, but it's a really, really like um you almost feel an emotional connection to her and like all the things that she had to go through.
Okay.
So I really can't wait for them to like bring that to life.
Do you feel like, as a Star Wars fan, since like you probably maybe have noticed the difference in how like the movies are, either like the pacing of the movies or like the feel of the movies since like Disney bought them out all those a couple years back? Does it feel like Star Wars has benefited from being part of the Disney tree of brands, or do you feel like when it was like its own thing, it's like it's like noticeable, like the difference in the pacing
Um,
or the writing?
it's so I would say the sequel series is definitely the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
And not saying, maybe it was Disney's writing, but it kind of was like we went from, and the game the movies are not violent. The movies are not violent
Yeah.
at all. They're kid friendly,
There's never been like a
but
lot of bloody stuff
it's
in
never
Star
been
Wars. Yeah.
bloody, and like, even the
Even when
fighting
people
scenes,
die,
nothing
it's
has
not that
been,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah.
it hasn't been like, like kids can't watch it. Kids can
Mhm.
definitely watch it. It's just like the way they did the characters was different. Um, you kind of like, honestly, I felt more for Padme, Anakin, and Luke, Leia story, like, those four, which span from, episodes 1 through 1 to 6.
Mhm.
And then when you get to No, 1 to 5. When you get to like 6, 7, 8, like The Force Awakens, I believe the other one is The Return of Skywalker, and then The Last Jedi. When you get to those, it's like I didn't really care that much. And then like I think the strongest of those was, in my opinion, because it closed out everything, was The Last Jedi. And a lot of people would say The Force Awakens was the strongest, but I don't think that it was, because like I didn't even know who this person was. Like I was
Finn?
so confused. Like how? No, Ray.
Oh, Ray. Yeah,
It
yeah,
was like, why is she like? It kind of was like, what happened? You know, it had like this huge gap in time, and then you have this person who you think, and I understand why they did it, like because at first I thought she was someone else, but she ended up being someone else. Because I don't want to spoil anything,
yeah.
but you know who you think she is not who she ends up being at the end of the trilogy. And I think that's why the last movie was so powerful, because it was like, dang, like that ties out everything in the series.
Okay.
So I would say like out of the out of the sequels, The Last Jedi was was the strongest one of the three, but those three are not the biggest one out of the whole like franchise.
Yeah, I'm definitely
And
gonna
it could
have
be the
to.
writing.
I'm definitely gonna have
Yeah.
to like start watching Star Wars, and then once I start
Yes, so we
binging
can
it,
talk.
get you back on the show, and
Yes.
I know what you're talking about now.
Yes,
Yes,
because it
because I
hurts.
get it.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
already spoiled Vader. I already spoiled Vader,
Oh,
and
everyone
I'm
knows
sorry.
the father, blah
But
blah blah.
like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, but like it gets even deeper
Oh
than
yeah,
that.
there's
Like
a lot of
you
context I don't
understand
get.
why, you understand what happened, and like why like
hmm
everything
Like they
in
have
the previous movies
Darth
happened.
Maul in the battle pass in the mid season battle pass in Fortnite, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I always thought Darth Maul looked cool. I just don't know who he is. I don't know who this dude
And
is.
you have to
So yeah,
watch the prequel series. You have to watch, he
yeah.
comes in Revenge of the Sith, which
Okay,
is the that movie is whoo, Revenge of the Sith, man.
I can't wait.
You're gonna be
I can't wait.
screaming when you watch that one. You're gonna be
Okay.
like, what the freak is
Okay,
happening in
I
this
will
movie?
watch. I will start watching Star Wars within the next month, and then when I do, I'll tweet and I'll at you, and I'll let you know.
Yes. And then I will come on here and then we could
I'll let you
discuss,
know. Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's it's a lot
yeah. Okay.
that is, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a
Uh,
good. So okay, last thing with Star Wars here. Um, so like, what specifically in terms of Star Wars? Because have you just been like rewatching them, or is it specifically something you've been like into?
yeah, I've been rewatching them mainly because of Star Wars Day and like everything on
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite, and then like I finished The Mandalorian, and then I rewatched it, but I only watched the Grogu episodes up into Boba Fett. So I kind of just been like doing the Grogu uh episode
Mm-hmm.
binge. And then I started watching Andor. And then with that came the Fortnite stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
then I'm like, okay, I gotta watch it all over again. So I'm I'm going, like, I'm not going in order, because I've already seen the movies. I'm kind of going how I want to. So I watched Revenge of the Sith, which is my favorite. So I watched that. Then I watched Attack of the Clones. Then I watched The Phantom Menace. Then I watched A New Hope. I kind of just been like all over the place, just like watching key moments, I would say, like key events. Cause like I said, each movie has like this thing that's this huge event that's happening. I can't talk about it,
Yeah.
but it's a huge event that happens in each and every movie that ties to each other. And so I kind of just been like watching it that way. Like I just think I'm like, oh, I know what happened there. I'm gonna watch that one, just like relive the moment. Um, and I've been screaming at my TV.
Okay. I can't wait to be
Yes.
there. I can't wait to be there with you.
Yeah, it's like, cuz like when you watch something as many times, you get to cite words, like you
You
know the
just know
lines, you know what's
know
going to
those
happen.
important
Like
lines. Mm-hmm.
yeah, you just know what's going to happen. So I've been like when I was watching Revenge of the Sith, I was watching it like literally with my hand like on my face, like, oh my god, it's
Mm-hmm.
happening. I'm just like, oh God, like literally just like, oh no, he said that, and I'm just like, it's been a whole experience. I have my little drinky drink, my little snack, and I'm just sitting there watching and just like throwing popcorn, and it's really been fun. But yeah, I just been watching like however order I want. Mainly because of the whole Star Wars thing that's happening in Fortnite and May the 4th and reliving those moments again. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay.
Hmm.
I'm happy for you Star Wars fans. Real happy for y'all.
Yeah.
I'm also happy
Yeah.
for Epic for getting like at least $200 out of each of y'all in the last 2 weeks. At
Like
least
you see,
$200. There's everything.
have you
Everything's in there.
seen the
Yeah.
store?
Oh yeah.
Everybody in the
Oh yeah.
store.
That's
You
why
could
I'm
get the whole
afraid. That's why I'm afraid to
family.
get into Star Wars. And I'm like, oh dang, I need to get them in
And
the
then
store again. I
not
need to give them
even
three
the
hundred
not
dollars.
only just the family,
Mm-hmm.
you got the Boba Fett series in there. So
It's all
if you
good.
haven't watched Boba Fett, I recommend the Boba Fett TV show. It's really good too. But I recommend to not watch that until you've watched the movies, because unless you know who he is.
Okay.
Do you know who he is?
I have no idea.
Okay, then no. Watch the movies first, then watch the show,
Okay.
because
Gotcha.
the show is a spoiler. It's a huge spoiler.
Also,
Um,
the Jedi Survivor game that Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi
I want to
Survivor.
play
Have
it.
you played either of those or
So no, I haven't played the new ones. I've played Battlefront. So I have the
okay?
Battlefront 1 and
Oh,
2.
I feel like you would
Um,
love Fallen Order
yes,
since you'd also know
I
contextually
need to
what's
get
up with
it.
that. Yeah.
Yes, I need to play it. I got it. It's on my list like to buy. Um but that's one thing I haven't gotten really into is the games. Which is crazy. Crazy. Like, as a Star Wars fan, the only games that I've played have been the Battlefront games. Um but I've watched people play the new one and I'm just like, okay, I got to get it. I have to
Mm-hmm.
get this game. I have to play it. And it's like, I wonder how they fit into the actual like the huge chronological order of things.
Yeah, Fallen Order
Like you
is
have
on Game Pass. So if you have Game Pass, you can play Fallen
I
Order.
do. I
Then
do.
Survivor you got to get after that. But yeah, Fallen Order is on
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Oh yeah, we definitely downloading that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Mm. Um, but yeah, like I said, happy for you Star Wars fans. I'll be there with you soon. I'll keep you posted
Yeah.
and
Join us. Join us.
join the. I feel like I
The Jedi. Join the Jedi Order.
yeah, I feel
Not
like
the
I'll
Sith.
join the Jedi's. Yes.
See, don't
Um,
do the Sith.
but let's see. Yeah, that was a good talk though. I don't think I have too many Star Wars fans in my, or at least no, I do. I just don't like, we don't talk about it that often because I don't know about Star Wars. But yeah, you've convinced me. I'm gonna start getting up in there and
Yay.
figuring it out. So that's cool. And then last thing here on the docket for today, I just want to tell you about Redfall because I don't know if you been like keeping track of Redfall or do you know about it? You've been hearing about it?
Yeah, I've been hearing mixed reviews on it. I
Yeah.
did download it on Xbox. It's free on Game
Game
Pass,
Pass, yeah.
but I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on it, and it has me wonder. Like, I'm not the person who's like, oh, I'm not gonna play a game because of the reviews. Like, I'm gonna play it because I want to experience it for myself. And then if the
Mm-hmm.
game sucks, then it sucks. But like, I'm not gonna play a game because
Just because
of the
everyone else
reviews.
told you not to, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I am right now. So I did download it. I haven't played it yet. I heard it's better with friends. Um
Yeah.
the co-op of it is better than playing in single mode. And I also heard about the whole like 30 FPS issue, and like people are saying the graphics are not that good.
Yeah. So
Um
the game itself. So I've also played it myself because like I was seeing literally everyone being like, "Yeah, the game's bad," and I'm like, "Oh dang!" And they were like, "Yeah, the game's bad." And then Phil Spencer went on to like Kind of Funny Games cast or Xcast, and he was just like, "Yeah, the game didn't do too well. Xbox is kind of in a rough place right now, and all that other stuff." So basically, Redfall was kind of like a pivotal point for Xbox and also for just like evergreen games in general, I guess. So we're in like a moment right now. But Yeah, I did decide to check out Redfall for myself. I downloaded it on Game Pass. I have an Xbox Series X, so I played it on that. And in my opinion, the game, it feels like a game that was made around the time Dead Island and Dying Light came out.
Okay.
But it's like those games are more melee focused. They're not really like based around shooting the zombies. They're more so about like beating the zombies up with like blunt objects or slicing their heads off
Yeah.
or doing parkour and stuff. But Redfall is more like it's not zombies, it's vampires, and it's a shooter. But this one, it feels more like I say like Far Cry, but it's like there's vampires everywhere, and the game definitely does look dated and its visuals. I was playing it on my Series X. The game, even I guess with its 30 frames per second, like 4K graphics, it still looks like kind of muddy. It looks pretty like
Mm.
yeah, it doesn't look too good. Doesn't look too good. Arcane Studios, the company who also worked on Deathloop. Deathloop is have you played Deathloop? Deathloop's really good.
I love Deathloop.
Deathloop is
I've
good.
finished Deathloop.
Deathloop
Yeah.
feels polished. Deathloop feels like it was made in the time it was made. Arcane feels like I said, it felt like it was made years ago, where it feels like it was made around the time Dead Island and Dying Light came out. And that's ironic because Dying Light 2 just came out, and although the gameplay itself still feels kind of like for what it is, but the game looks good. But this just looks eh. It doesn't look too good. Um, I also played it with a friend, and we like maybe played for like an hour and a half before we ran into like a couple glitches here and there where like we ran into a vampire that wouldn't die, so we just had an aggro vampire on us for maybe like for 10 minutes that just
Oh
wouldn't
no.
die, and then we also had there was like this world boss that we ran into where it's like it blacked out the screen, and it was like an area of effect black darkness that we couldn't really see, and it was like teleporting around places. There's like red fog that would do like AoE damage to us and stuff, and it wasn't a fun fight. It was a very bad fight, and it was just a very mid experience. And personally, I'm just like, with so many games being out at this moment in time, you need to know that you don't need to play everything. You really don't. Like so knowing when a game isn't clicking for you and knowing you can move on and be okay with that is really good to know. And I was just like after 3 hours, about 3.5, 4 hours of Redfall, I was like, I'm good on this. I don't need to play this anymore. So
Same.
yeah, that's where I'm at personally. It does the arcane thing where it's like also I'll say this, right? So with Breath of the Wild, I'm gonna bring this as an example because Tears of the Kingdom comes out literally in like 5 days. Um, what they don't do is be like, the world is open, do whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want. The game literally is like, here's the end of the game, and they don't tell you anything else. Redfall is like, the first main objective you have to do is you have to get into this firehouse to save these people, so that you can have your first base of operations. But they're like, hey, like this thing pops up on screen, and they're like, play the game how you want. You can go through the front door, you could go through the garage, or you could go through the roof. Play the game how you want. And I'm like, bro, you could have just not told me that, and I would have just figured it out. Like, why you gotta tell
Same.
me? Why do you gotta tell me like I can just play the game? What's up with that? So that was like that's like stuff like that where I'm just like, um, you have to like illustrate to the players that you can just do whatever you want, but also they have these like kind of like artificial barriers that they make where there's like this red fog, like I said, that like does super heavy AoE damage to you if you walk through it, and I don't know how you get rid of those things because I'm not that far in the game yet. And like there's some houses where you're walking down neighborhood blocks and the front doors are locked and you can like use lock picks to open the doors, but not all the doors allow you to open them, so I guess it's like some houses you have to go in through like windows and stuff, but it's like I don't care enough to
Mhm.
like go in through all these houses. Like I just want to go to the mission, do what I have to do, and then go to the next thing. um it doesn't really feel too compelling to play in like a an age where it seems like there's games that kind of execute what they're doing a little bit better. Like I'd sooner play an actual Far Cry game than play Redfall personally.
Mm.
And even though there's vampires, it's like cool. We're not fighting zombies anymore. We're fighting vampires. But it's like other than like them teleporting here and there, and maybe like being more aggro than the human players. The AI is not really that good. Um, in order to actually kill a vampire, you have to like stake them in the heart. But it's like it's cool that you have to have a kill condition to do that, but it's like you'll always have a gun that kind of has a stake on it, so it's not really like too compelling to be like, oh, I have to switch
Okay.
to a gun that has a stake on it because I can just always have that on me. So it's like, okay, it's just an extra step to kill this thing. Uh, and then when you have, and also it's there's a discussion that's coming up now because of Redfall, where it's like everybody wants to make evergreen games, and we don't need evergreen games to be every game. Because like Suicide Squad versus the Justice League, right? They delayed that game into 2024 because everyone shit on it because they were trying to make it into an evergreen game. It still might be that when it comes out, but I'm like, bro, just make the game have a story and it's done. We don't need to play games forever. There's too many games that are forever already for me to keep playing games that last forever. I'm gonna keep playing Fortnite until Fortnite gets discontinued, but that might not ever
Yeah,
happen. So it's like you can
that's not
only
gonna
play so
happen.
many
Yeah.
games that last forever. Like people need to actually have healthy habits and play games that finish. Don't have me playing
Mm-hmm.
a game that don't finish. like um
Yep.
yeah, so in my opinion, Redfall is like obviously it's on Game Pass. If you have Game Pass, check it out if you want to like not take my word for it. But I uninstalled it, and I personally, I'm like, we could all pass on this game to be honest. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
It's eh.
So
Uh,
I'll check it out and
yeah, definitely check it out,
see
and
if
then
it's
just like
yeah,
let me know how you think, what you think about it. But yeah, I'm not willing to stick around too much longer to really keep playing that game. I'll just
yeah,
play Tears of the Kingdom instead.
or Fallout.
Or yeah, literally anything else. Yeah. So, but that does make me because Xbox literally right after Redfall dropped, because that was like the last big game that was dropping on the Xbox until I think Silksong, Hollow Knight Silksong comes out. I thought they were gonna drop Silksong like as a shadow drop because they're like, oh, push the button. That game was bad. Push the button. But there's a Xbox showcase that's happening in June, and hopefully they actually give us like a a Silk Song release date or something. Because
Hmm.
Hi-Fi Rush was really good, and they shadow dropped that, so that was really
Oh, I
fun. And
like
then like
yeah, I
Minecraft
play yeah, I
Legends
wanna
is
play.
fun. Minecraft Legends is good, but Redfall was supposed to be
Yeah.
like their big AAA title multiplayer game. That fell
Yeah, they
really
hyped it
flat,
up.
so it's a shame. But I mean, they have
Yeah.
Game Pass, and literally every other game is on Game Pass, so it's not too big of a deal if it's like, oh, this game isn't good. I have so many other games I can play in its place, so it doesn't really affect me too much. But yeah.
Yeah, like, they hyped it up so well, and,
Mhm.
like, everyone was, really, you know, rooting for it,
Mhm.
I could hear Tyra Banks in the background, "We was all
We were
rooting
all
for
rooting
you,
for you.
rooting for you." Yeah,
How
it's
could you
like
do
they
this?
literally, "How can you
Mhm.
do this?" Um, so, like, I'm gonna play it, and, I you know, I trust everyone's word, but I have to see it for
Oh yeah,
myself,
definitely.
and,
Mhm.
like, it's just because like, I've played, Left 4 Dead,
Mhm.
I did, Dead Island, the first
Back
one,
for Blood.
um, Back 4 Blood is good, um, and, like, I was really hoping this game would be because like,
Back for
as
Blood
a
feels
as a
better than this, in my opinion.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm hearing. Cause like, as a gamer who plays mostly FPSs and horror games, like, they kinda clash, so, like, most of the horror games that I've played are shooters.
Mhm.
So, it's like, to have another game to play that's a horror game/shooter is, like, my cup of tea. So, I was, like, really hoping that this game would be the one, and, because of how the cast looks, it's like the
The black
game is more
Layla, the
diversified.
black character, she looks so good
Yes,
in like
like,
just concept.
amazing.
She's really dope. And like not spoilers, but I'm just gonna tell her whole thing, right? How she got her psychic powers. They're like she had migraines and she went to like a physician and she ended up with psychic powers somehow. And I'm like, what? What? She went to the brain doctor and then she just got psychic powers as a result. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude.
Dang.
Whatever, bro. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, nah,
Mhm.
they need to, like so I really hope that, like, they go back to the drawing board and fix the game and like do like I guess like a hot fix, because there's been games that have failed at launch that became huge. Fortnite is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Fortnite first came out, it was mainly a like it was Save the World. So I don't know if you've ever played Save the
Yeah, I
World,
played
but it was
that.
like
Mm-hmm.
PV. Yeah, that was the initial concept of Fortnite. It was to help people build and kill zombies and like go to dungeons. That was like the big thing of Fortnite. But when they released Battle Royale, because of the whole Battle Royale hype, I think PUBG was the first one was like PUBG. It was H1 Z1, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like another shooter game that came around. So like they were like, okay, cool, we're gonna make a battle royale version of this game, not really understanding the audience that was already playing the game, and everyone was confused.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, look at if Fortnite would have ended it, like, oh, it's it because ended the early access beta and everything, we wouldn't have Fortnite.
You wouldn't have
Fortnite would be
the battle
we
royale era that we're
we
in right
wouldn't have
now.
what we have now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like to see the advancements of a game like Fortnite gives me hope that the developers would go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, we need to fix this game and fix it to where they're listening to the audiences, they're listening to people who are playing the game, they're listening to all the reviews, and they're fixing the things that people want them to fix, and then do like a huge update. I don't care how long it take. It could take freaking 2 hours. Update the game, fix it so that it's playable, it looks better, the storyline is better. Like just redo the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
and save it, because there's not a lot of games out there that have representation like this game,
Yeah.
which really sucks first.
Having
And
like a black woman, like first, like
it's
main
yeah.
four characters. Yeah.
Exactly, like, they could have done so much with this game if they just, it kind of felt like it was rushed, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I really hope that they go back and they fix it. Another game I can name that was a crap show when it first came out was Destiny. When Destiny first came out, it was a
Talking like
huge boo-boo.
OG Destiny.
They were, yeah,
Yeah.
OG
Mm-hmm.
D1. When that first came out, it had so many bugs. That game was
Now
horrible.
it's like one of the
And
best shooters
people,
out there. One of the most supported
yes, and
online
they
games.
hyped it up.
Mm-hmm.
They hyped it up so much that like the big streamers started playing it. And then they were like, "Oh, this game is boo-boo." So they left it alone and went back to Halo. And then you know what Bungie did? Or well, yeah, I think it was Bungie at the time. Whoever was it? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it was Bungie. They went back to the drawing board. They fixed the game, and now look at it. Now,
Destiny
like,
2. Now it's like one of
Destiny
the
2
biggest
is
games.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
So I have faith in this. I have faith in this franchise. Um, it's a hiccup, and I think, I think once they fix, put the band-aids on it, and give it a tune up, it'll be great.
Yeah, that's like
Um,
also one of the discussions that's happening too, where it's like, so many games. We've had so many instances in recent years. First starting with No Man's Sky, but No Man's Sky is like literally their
oh yeah,
vision and more now, but it's almost like basically 10 years later. And then we had the nightmare that was Cyber Cyberpunk
oh yeah, Cyberpunk's
2077.
another
Yeah,
one. Oh
that
yeah,
game launched and it was nowhere near their expectations at launch. And now we have Redfall, and then it's like everyone's like, bro, if Starfield drops in its ass at day one, everyone's losing their marbles. And then Nintendo's sipping their tea with Legend of Zelda and Splatoon. They're just like, I don't know what y'all talking about, man. I'm
right. Like
fine.
all the
So we're just like, is this like a AAA developer issue, or is this just like we're trying to make big games that are way too big or something? So.
I just think it's too many pots, too many hands in a pot. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's too many cooks in the kitchen. I think they need to really like go back to the drawing board and have people do their roles. Like there's too many ideas, and I get it. Like everybody, has all these ideas, and they're like, oh my god, we got to put it in the game. But it's like, no, you don't have to put everything in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't. You can make a amazing game just have a simple concept. I'm gonna go back to Splatoon. Splatoon is a simple game, not that crazy, but it works. Okay. There's not much that Nintendo needs to do to it. I think when Splatoon first came out, it was on the Wii U and the Wii U failed, but Splatoon was the reason why people kept their Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is me. I kept my Wii U just for Splatoon. Yeah,
Yeah. Or even
because it
like
worked.
like example, like Ubisoft sometimes they be getting their
Oh my
underdog like
god.
multiplayer hits. Like for example, like Division 2, like we were talking about earlier, Division 2's been going for like 5 years and it's still getting good content and the game's still good and still fun.
Mhm.
And then there's like Rainbow Six Siege. That game is like still esports goated. Like it's still up
Oh, that
there.
game
And
is
even like
amazing. It's up there.
For Honor. Literally, who plays For Honor? The same like a couple thousand
The
people.
same
But
people
the
that
game,
play it,
but they keep
but they're
dropping trailers.
dedicated to it.
They're getting
Yes,
updates to this day, and I'm like, who the frick's still playing For Honor in
people
2023?
there
People apparently. So
there are games that people just only play. Like that's
yeah.
all they play.
Hmm.
Like though, like the Ubisoft games. There's games like Siege is where they only play Siege. That's their game. That's all they
Hmm.
play. They don't play nothing else but Siege.
Yeah.
And you need a game like that. You need a loyal fan base to bring a game like that to continue to produce content.
Yeah.
Like when speaking of Tom Clancy games, so Tom Clancy Extraction was a huge flop.
Hmm. I
Um
like the concept though. That
I
was a
It's
pretty
an
fun like
amazing concept.
zombie-ish shooter type of thing.
Yeah, like alien,
Hmm.
zombie, plasma, nasty stuff.
But then when you got in high
Um,
level play, the game was cracked and
it's just
it was impossible to
horrible.
play. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, like and they I don't know if they went back into the drawing board. I keep getting updates about like, new cosmetics and like new things for the agents, but I don't know if they actually fixed the game
Yeah.
since the last time I played. But I just got sick of losing my agents and having to go rescue them. So that was my that was
Hmm.
my my issue with the game. But yeah, like it did flop. Not a lot of people are playing it, but a lot of people are still playing Siege. A lot of people still play For Honor. So there are games that work and they have a loyal fan
Yeah.
base.
But also
Um,
like one thing that Phil Spencer said on the XCast is this isn't Redfall isn't a it's not like a delayed issue. The game itself was ready to be released. The game isn't in a state where it's like delay the game if it's so bad. Like the game is at its core. This is the idea of Redfall, and the game has been released, and it's actually what the vision of the developers were. But I guess the vision that they wanted and the game that they
mhm,
wanted to make, I guess it just didn't hit like how people thought it would. And like we said with For Honor, Division, Siege, like all these games that even people don't even talk about, but the at its core base game, those games are just good games. Redfall at
mhm.
its core base game isn't isn't a good game. So I think that's where like I guess Xbox kind of fumbled there where it's like they could have maybe worked more on the vision that they really wanted to get out of Redfall to be sure it was like, yo, this is like a good first person horror game that has like an open world where we're fighting vampires. It's
Mhm.
co-op. Like you can't even progress through the game in your friend's world and carry the progress over. You got to like literally play the whole game in someone's world and coordinate playtimes with your friend, or else you're gonna have to keep doing shit over and over again. It's not like Division where you level up your agent and you can go back to your world and keep playing. It's like no, you got to
All that
keep doing the
stretch
story stuff.
stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's super weird, and they were making a lot of weird decisions. So that's why everyone's super, pretty much like pretty salty about it because they're making like kind of dated decisions. And also, it's not drop in, drop out like and also like Division is. You can't just hop in on someone's world and join them. You got to like, okay, X out of your world, host the game. I'll join you. Okay, now let's start the game. So
Oh no.
yeah.
So it's kind of like Arc when you think about it. I don't know if you ever play Arc, but it's like you have to coordinate servers with your friend.
So with
And like
Redfall, if you were to join on my world, right, and I'm like
mhm,
halfway through the game, and my character is level like 6, and you come in, you're level
mhm,
1, the game still scaled to me, and you can still level up your character, and you can still play with me, but you're gonna have a bad time. And also, everything you help me with in my campaign has nothing to do with yours. So you're gonna still
That's
have to go
messed
back
up.
to your world and still
And
progress through the
start
whole story
over.
again. Yeah, you're gonna have to do everything all over again. So it's like,
Oh
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah. So they were making a lot of really weird dated decisions on top of the game itself being mid in itself. So yeah, that's where everyone's really like, yeah, that's where a lot of the critiques lie, to where like everyone's saying
You know,
Redfall
that's
isn't as good as it could be. So, but like I said, you can still play it yourself. It's on Game Pass. You're not losing anything. It's on Game
yeah,
Pass.
I'm
So
not
yeah,
losing
yeah,
anything.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna go in with open mind and play it and see how I feel about it. But it's sad that this game is the way that it is, and the reviews and stuff. And I really just hope that they fix it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
But
Yep.
yeah, with Star Wars, vampires, and Inklings and Octolings, that's pretty much the end of the show here. We went over everything we had on the docket here today on the Binge Blast podcast. Like I said, this is the podcast the week before Tears of the Kingdom. And Tears of the Kingdom is just going to be on the show for like at least the next 2-3 months. Like just going to be around for a while. So, Leelee, you were like the last show before the hurricane that is Tears of the Kingdom. But like I said, I'm gonna also be getting into the Star Wars fandom, and I will have you on again in the future because you're just an awesome guest. You're an awesome person. Everyone who is in my chat right now, listening live at twitch.tv/ConmenRDW, go and check out Hey It's Leelee TV over on Twitch. Hey, it's Leelee TV. Okay, I got it. There we go. So, yeah, go and give Leelee a follow and hang out and check out what she has going on her side of the internet. In fact, Leelee, really quick, hashtag shameless plug yourself again for everyone who's listening, not here live on twitch.tv, but they're on Spotify or YouTube.
Yeah. Leelee, thank you for having me on the show, and thank you for everyone for listening. I am a variety streamer. I play shooters, got into cozy games. I do horror games. I am over on Twitch and on YouTube, same name, HeyItzLeeleeTV. I'm also on Kick. I just started there last week. So been getting things on that. And I'm also starting a podcast soon. Um, I am really excited for the future of HeyItzLeeleeTV, and I again thank you so much for bringing me along.
Yeah, definitely. Great having you. And then, like everyone in here, chat knows, but I'm letting everyone else know. You can also follow me, David, over on ConmenRDW on YouTube and Twitch, and also you can follow me specifically to see what I'm doing. My most active social platform on Twitter at DavidRDW. That's DaveEedRDW. I'm also on TikTok at CommenRD at DavidRDW also. But all my links are in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube, or also if you're listening on Spotify. Look us up on all those other social platforms. It's great having you on, Leelee. Great having everyone in chat hang out with us. And it's great having you listen out in audio podcast land. So, as usual, thank you for listening, everybody. Keep binging, keep blasting, whatever that means. We're going to work on that. We got to work on that outro. Oh, Jesus. Keep back, keep blasting. And I'll see you on
Keep
the next
blasting.
episode, everyone. All right, bye.
Bye.